Hi, my name is Veneka. I come from a good lineage and I don't want to use any of my inheritance. I don't want to try to inherit. I don't want to have it. I come from a family in Africa where essentially my grandfather was a war hero, and after winning our freedom struggle, he got to reap like a lot of benefits and take advantage of a lot of things within the victory. He got a lot of properties, a flat, a lodge, various houses around the city, around the country, many acres of land. And I don't want to inherit any of it. This is for two reasons. I don't want to inherit any of it just because I'd like to be proud of my own work and not to feel like an inheritance child. Then secondly, which is a bit of a deeper reason, is the legacy is tainted. If you take a look at what our lodge and our flat are now, essentially you'll find a lot of interesting women at night lining up outside and just using it for certain prostitution, using them for prostitution. And it's almost like it's being operated like a brothel. I've watched my parents fight each other over who gets to inherit this stuff. And as much as material is good, you can't sacrifice a person for it. And the principle has been violated. Therefore, I consider this material sort of dirty. So what I've done is, with my life, I've grabbed the camera. And this has been my chosen path. I've grabbed the camera and I want you to help me to make it with a camera. And I want you to help me to make it to be the greatest ever of my family, with this somewhat silly looking profession. I did 4 years of full-time charity work instead of going to university after high school. And it was the greatest education I could ever have, and I'm very spiritually fed and mature in ways that some people will never get to mature, There's something about the feeling of giving your food to a starving child in a disaster zone, like we did when it came to Hurricane Idai. We went out with 2 tons of food and water to a village called Gruja down in Mozambique. And we helped them to hold out until the United Nations could come with mealie meal, which is basically a staple food down in Africa, to help them to survive. And on these trips, we would be sent with a camera for documentation by our organization, the volunteer ministers. And in essence, we would document, but there's magic everywhere. And I would see that, man, there's something to this sunset in the background and someone reaching down and giving resources to people as they all reach up. There's the essence of hope in it. And I saw it, and I used the documentation camera to capture the moment. And that was my very first international publication. And I've had 8 of those now. I've won 50 awards, including 2 continental ones, and the other 48 are, I think, minor. Might be one more major one in there, but essentially they're minor international ones on websites where there's 50 to 100,000 people competing, and I'll beat all of them. Sometimes. Sometimes. But I wouldn't say one time, because it's been a lot of progress, Never thought I could get a gold medal. Got 6. Now, it must be my camera. It must be my camera that makes me make it, because I don't want to fall into needing to use the material of old. It must be my camera that makes me make it, because with my camera the world will change because I have the right messages to send out. It must be my camera that helps me to make it because it is my thing. Because it is my thing. I'm as proud to be a photographer as a doctor is to be a doctor, you know? And when someone asks me my job, I say I'm a photographer in the purity of it and with pride, with immense pride. So, I'm sending you this message or this video, although yes, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. I'm sending this to you because I need you to help me. I need you to either become a collector of my award-winning photos, right? I need you to use them, and I need you to help me to be able to ascend using this pure and righteous path, using this world-influencing path, using this clean path, using this perfect path. Help me out. I choose you.